Now on the news at 5:30, a Dane County program is looking to help prisoners and their children through reading. And a Madison organization is trying to show people the difficulties of readjusting to life after returning from prison. Plus, a Milwaukee home might sink into Lake Michigan, why the family won't be able to save it. News 3 Now at 5:30 starts now.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 5:30.
A new project in the Dane County Jail hopes to change lives, not just for inmates, but their children, too. Amy Reed shows us how UW Extension is using books to make that happen.
With stickers and animals on the walls, this space looks more playhouse than visitation room. And what may seem like a simple change from what it was has had a big impact, especially for the people who work there and saw the toll visits could take on young children.
It's really heartbreaking watching children leave, crying for their parents when they leave. And this environment just lightens the load and it just brings a little more happiness to their families.
The environment redesign is an important part to the greater goal UW Extension program specialists hope to accomplish here, creating a space that's not just kid-friendly, but educational. The idea stems from research done at the university showing children of jailed parents often lag behind their peers in literacy skills, like reading, writing, and even speaking.
If we can intervene at these very young ages and help families who are struggling with a lot of stressful situations with these literacy type skills and building those vocabularies, that sets them on a more positive trajectory, and that's what we want to do.
Along with changing the space to include brand new books and literacy building games right on the tables, they've converted an old vending machine that allows kids to pick and keep a brand new book for free. And the change for inmates is noticeable too.
The parents, the inmates, are actually having the kids sit on their laps and they're reading the books to them, or they're doing the activities on the table.
It builds hope in an environment that traditionally, historically, has decreased hope.
And hope is really what it's all about. Hope that this change will help these kids grow up differently, and hope that that brings more success, not just to their lives, but to everyone around them too.
If we want a great nation, we need to be investing in children no matter what circumstances they're facing, and believing that they and their families have hope and promise and can contribute to their communities.
Amy Reed, News 3 Now.
Dane County is one of 6 jails in Wisconsin that's part of this pilot project. They are in need of another old vending machine to convert to a book vending machine. If you happen to have one, you would like to donate, we have contact information on our website. And the Madison Area Urban Ministry gave participants an up-close view of what it's like to come home from prison today at Temple Bethel in Madison. The workshop introduced attendees to the principles of restorative justice and let visitors see what life is like during the first 30 days after leaving prison. The program started in 1999, and Executive Director Linda Ketchum says her goal is to help the public have a better understanding of their role in prisoners' lives after they leave jail.
The point is to help people understand that if we're really serious about restorative justice, then the community has a role to play in providing second chances and opportunities for returning citizens to be successful.
Participants received mock profiles of prisoners leaving jail and had to complete fundamental life tasks such as finding housing and a job or simply cashing a check. You can learn more about the simulation and how you can support returning prisoners on our website, channel3000.com. Let's get a look at your first alert weather with Dana Fulton. It is a beautiful day out there.
Absolutely wonderful outside right now. We've got birds chirping. We've got a mostly clear sky, barely even a cloud up there currently, and certainly nothing coming through on our Doppler track. So if you do have any plans for this evening, you're all good to go. Our visible cloud track looks pretty clear actually throughout much of the state right now, not just for southern Wisconsin. So that's the good news. We don't really have anything shifting in for us. And our Doppler track also quiet. No threat for any rainfall coming through tonight, nor for your Monday. It's still at about 71 in Madison, close to 73 in Janesville and in Mineral Point. So a pretty pleasant afternoon, close to average with those temperatures. Our breeze is coming from the northwest, anywhere from about 8 to 15 miles per hour currently. Overnight, it'll calm down for us just a little bit. Over the next few hours, of course, our temperatures will fall, but we're going to stay at least in the 60s up until sunset. And then overnight lows down to the mid-40s. That clear sky will be helping us get just a little cooler. Thankfully, much of the week doesn't include rain chances, but we'll take a closer look at what's ahead for the week ahead in just a few minutes. Amanda?
Thank you, Dana. More local news now. An Elkhorn man died during a triathlon this morning. Officials say the 59-year-old was participating in the Lake Mills Triathlon when he went underwater during the swimming portion. Rescue personnel performed CPR at shore. They are not treating his death as a drowning due to a medical incident prior to going underwater. An update tonight from Milwaukee, where police say 3 people were shot last night outside the Miramar Theater. A fight broke out at a concert inside the theater last night when someone fired multiple rounds into the crowd. 2 20-year-old women and a 25-year-old man were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police are still looking for the shooter. 2 Madison men were arrested after dueling in the street last night. Police say the 42 and 48-year-old suspects used steel poles, wooden stakes, and electrical cords as weapons to fight each other near James Madison Park. Both men were arrested on charges of disorderly conduct while armed. Jake Patterson was admitted to the Dodge Correctional Institution in Waupun on Tuesday, 4 days after he was sentenced to life in prison. The 21-year-old is serving life in prison without the possibility of parole for murdering James and Denise Kloss and kidnapping their 13-year-old daughter, Jamie. The judge called Patterson in extreme danger to the public in general and, quote, one of the most dangerous men to walk on this planet during his sentencing on May 24th. Madison native Ben Wickler will be the leader of the Democratic Party of Wisconsin. Wickler was elected by majority vote of more than 1,000 delegates this morning at the state Democratic Convention. He moved back to Madison last year and will serve a 2-year term to replace Martha Lanning, who has held the position since 2015. A Wisconsin family is struggling with what to do about their home, which is hanging over an eroding cliff that could give out at any time. It's too expensive to fix the problem, but letting it slide into Lake Michigan could cost them even more money. Ben Jordan reports from Summers and a house that is literally on the edge.
The couple that lived here moved out about a year ago after their side porch fell right into Lake Michigan. Now about 10 feet of their home hangs right over the edge. It's been an issue in Racine and Kenosha counties for several years now. Severe bluff erosion threatening homes along Lake Michigan.
They had a beautiful home there at one time.
But this one in the village of Summers is far worse than others.
One evening, the winds just came up, took it all off, and the grounds just went. Now it just keeps going further and further in.
Mike Goslin has lived next door to the house teetering on a 50-foot cliff for more than 40 years now. He's watched as large portions of the shoreline have fallen into Lake Michigan, exposing the home down to its foundation.
Oh, it's come in a good 100 feet or so already.
Rising lake levels creating big waves are to blame for the natural erosion, but those who have evacuated this condemned home find themselves in a difficult position. They tell me their insurance doesn't cover earth movement, and they can't demolish the house because they still owe $100,000 on the property. Meanwhile,
they can't let it fall in the lake.
If it does go tumbling down, they'd be fined for contaminating Lake Michigan's federally protected water.
It's an older home, so there's going to be lead paint and asbestos and things like that.
Any day now, another direct hit by a big wave could make the decision for them.
How do you feel for that couple who live there?
Well, I'm really sorry because the insurance didn't help them or anything, so I'm still a good 50, 60 feet away, so I'm not too worried about it in my lifetime, but there are other people along this lake in far worse conditions than I am.
In the village of Summers, Ben Jordan, today's TMJ4.
Emergency managers have said that homeowners are responsible for private property. Still to come, it's that time of year. Madison is kicking off Bike Week on a beautiful Sunday. We take you to Ride the Drive. This Thursday marks the 75th anniversary of the D-Day assault when 160,000 Allied troops crossed the English Channel. D-Day helped the Allied forces win back control of France from German forces after 4 years of occupation and was a decisive stage in the liberation of Europe in World War II. Marcus Point Cinema in Madison celebrated the anniversary today with 2 showings of Saving Private Ryan and a live reenactment of the war. We will have the full story tonight at 10 o'clock. To kick off Bike Week in Madison, thousands of bicyclists got their bikes out for the once-a-year opportunity to ride down John Nolan Drive, a street that's not usually open to bikers. We checked out the 11th annual Ride the Drive this morning.
Anything but driving, it gives them an opportunity to get out and explore the city in a different way.
John Nolan Drive was buzzing today, not with cars, but with thousands of bikes. The thoroughfare was closed to traffic for 4 hours for the annual Ride the Drive event.
I enjoy being active, so that's a major part of it. And I think a lot of people share that same value, being able to exercise and just relax all at the same time.
A value that brought many Madisonians, young and old, out to the 4-mile route that included family fun pit stops in Law, Brittingham, and Olin parks.
My grandson's running around here having the time of his life, you know, shooting darts, getting their faces painted, hopping on the bouncy houses.
But for 13-month-old Madeline Cook, the ride today was the first of many.
Well, it's just a beautiful day, and we wanted to take Madeline for her first bike ride on the bike trails.
When Madeline is on her own 2 wheels, she'll have lots of options. The city of Madison includes 61 miles of bike paths and 147 miles of streets with bike lanes, making it one of the most bike-friendly cities in the U.S. Assistant Park Superintendent Lisa Lashinger hopes today's event will promote biking as more than just a healthy activity.
I'm sure that it will encourage them and inspire them to bike the rest of their lives.
Something that could reduce our carbon footprint.
It's encouraging people to use other modes of transportation that don't rely heavily on fossil fuels.
And fortunately for bike commuters, they can use paths year-round since most of them are cleared of snow and ice by the city during the winter. But to bike on John Nolan, they'll have to wait until next year. More than 9,000 bikers rode in this year's Ride the Drive, up from 6,000 last year. Madison Bike Week will run through Saturday. You can ride with Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway and city staff tomorrow morning at the City of Madison ride. A beautiful day in Madison today. More sunny, pleasant days ahead. Dana Fulton has your First Alert forecast when we come back.
At this point, I don't know if I can say it enough. It turned out to be a really beautiful afternoon for us. A few clouds outside, but otherwise temperature-wise, it's been really pleasant. 71 the high so far for the day. We may add a degree onto that, but probably going to stop close to 70. So a little higher than the forecast, but that's okay. I'm okay with taking just a little warmer weather for us right now, a little more mild outside. Still slightly below average, but 71 really pleasant. Now, we started the day off pretty close to average, actually, only dropping to the low 50s for our overnight lows. Nowhere near record breaking, and you do have until about 8:30 to enjoy the sunshine. That's when sunset officially is. Right now, our Doppler track is quiet. We're not expecting anything to move in for us overnight. In fact, we've got high pressure keeping us fairly quiet. That cold front that was passing through the other day now well off to the east for us, bringing showers to the New England area. We'll have that high pressure ridging in through your Monday also. Really expecting a quiet start to the work week, more sunshine for Monday afternoon. But as we look ahead to Tuesday, our next system right now stalled off, draped through the plains, is going to track east for us. And that's when we'll start to see some shower chances and a few thunderstorms move in. That'll be later on Tuesday overnight and heading into early Wednesday morning. So enjoy the sunshine for the rest of this evening. And of course, for your Monday, you can see that center of the high pressure rotating clockwise as it shifts east. Will stay fairly clear for us overnight. That high pressure passes right on overhead. Again, that clockwise rotation for us with our wind speeds. It's always easy to really pinpoint looking at our future track. Monday is quiet and mostly sunny. We'll see rain chances developing to the south as we head into Tuesday morning. And then by Tuesday afternoon, that's really when the chance for some showers and isolated thunderstorms will pop up for us. May see a few lingering showers into Wednesday morning and then a slight chance for some showers to develop later in the evening, but not expecting a lot of rainfall to come through with these events for us. On Tuesday, there is a marginal risk for some stronger thunderstorms, especially to the western edge of the state, and then a slight risk southwest of us. They will be dealing with some stronger wind gusts and a greater potential for some isolated hail in spots. Overall, our temperatures overnight should be pretty comfortable. We'll drop a little lower than we did early this morning just because we'll have that mostly clear sky overnight. Our breeze shifts directions tomorrow, becomes a little more southerly, so we'll see those temperatures climb to the mid to low 70s for our afternoon highs. And then by Tuesday morning, again, a few more clouds start to build in, and then those shower chances will really pop up later in the afternoon and evening. We could have, again, a few isolated stronger thunderstorms mixed in there on Tuesday, especially on the western edge of the state. As far as our rainfall accumulations, though, it'll hover around just a few tenths of an inch. We're not looking at a big rain accumulation event coming through for us. That's good news. And again, still a little above average for us right now. So hopefully we can slow down a bit on the rain. Certainly be a good thing. Overnight low of about 45 in Madison, mostly clear sky. That is a little cool, a little below average for us. Tomorrow afternoon, near average, really a pleasant day, mostly sunny. Our breeze coming from the south, so our temperatures will be in the mid to low 70s for our afternoon highs. And that's what will stay as we head into Tuesday, even as that shower and thunderstorm chance develops for us. There'll be a slight chance for a few showers and thunderstorms, again, early in the morning on Wednesday and then later in the evening. That later in the evening chance, though, will be mainly south of Madison. And for Thursday and Friday, we continue to see sunshine, mostly sunny on Thursday. We become partly sunny on Friday, and there is going to be a slight thunderstorm chance heading into Saturday. But temperatures through that entire 10-day forecast stay right at or above average for us. Should be a nice temperature trend, and we really don't have a lot of rain chances coming through. A lot of these systems are going to track further south, so that pulls that moisture away from us, and that just leaves us with some sunshine.
And we needed that little break,
a little break, yeah, a little break
some rain,
is nice.
and it's nice to see those high temperatures.
Absolutely, and people are starting to, of course, make their summer plans. Yes. So having sunshine in the forecast means you can spend a little more time outside.
Exciting. All right, thanks. Brewers trying to get one more win before coming back home. Highlights from Pittsburgh next in sports.
Well, Brewers opening day starting pitchers haven't exactly had the best string of luck in the last 4 years. And today, Jhoulys Chacín can add himself to that list, heading to the injured list with a strained lower back. So Jimmy Nelson coming back up and will start on Wednesday against the Marlins. It'll be his first major league appearance since September 8th of 2017. Meanwhile, series finale between the Brew Crew and the Pirates, up 1-0 in the third. Eric Thames slugs that one over the wall in right field. 2-run home run. 3-0 Brewers. Thames with quite the day. Fast forward to the fifth. This time he goes deep into no man's land. Keston Hiura scores and the Brewers win 4-2. They'll have the day off tomorrow. Pitchers duel in St. Louis, Cardinals and Cubs at Busch Stadium. We pick it up in the eighth. Cardinals up 1-0. Matt Carpenter going to center field. RBI single scoring Colton Wong. 2-0 St. Louis. Cubs getting one back thanks to Wilson Contreras and David Bodie trying to tie it up, but grounds out to end the game, and the Cubs lose 2-1 the final. Ethan Happ working out for a handful of different NBA teams, and this most recent one could reunite him with a former Badger, one who mentored him during his redshirt year at Wisconsin. Happ spending time in Charlotte with the Hornets this weekend, home of fellow former Badger Frank Kaminsky. Ethan said he learned a few things from the coaches in Charlotte, always a good sign, and that he and Frank are still very close and have always had a good relationship.
Frank and I have a really good relationship. He's always been there for me, even back when he was picking on me when he was a senior and I was a freshman. But he, even since he's been departed from Wisconsin, he's always lent out a hand whenever I needed help and has always made sure that anything I need, he's always available.
And NBA Hall of Famer Jerry West will be awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom. That's the nation's highest civilian honor. For his outstanding career both on and off the court, President Trump made the announcement on Twitter last night. West spent his entire playing and coaching career with the Lakers. He's currently 81 years old. Finally tonight in the tournament you just watched here on WISC-TV, Tiger Woods finishing in the top 10 at the Memorial Tournament in Dublin, Ohio. He put up 7 birdies, but also 2 bogeys to finish 9 under par, shooting a 67 today. That was his best round in the 4 days. That was good enough to finish tied for 9th place. Fellow American Patrick Cantlay won the tournament, shot a 64 today to finish 19 under par. And a very important game 2 tonight that we'll be keeping an eye on between the Raptors and Warriors.
And I am a Warriors fan, so it will be an exciting night here in the newsroom.
It'll be a tense night. There might be a lot of yelling tonight, so it'll be good.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. Tonight on the news at 9, a survivor of child sexual abuse is working to pass a law that requires abuse prevention classes in all public high schools across the country. How it's working in one Illinois school. Let's take a look at your final forecast.
We are expecting sunshine again tomorrow, so if you enjoyed the weather today, good news. We'll be back in the low 70s on Monday with a mostly sunny sky. Tuesday, we're looking at our next chance for showers to come in. It won't be much, maybe a few tenths of an inch of accumulation, but we could have some stronger isolated thunderstorms with some stronger wind gusts and also the threat, of course, for small hail along with that. Temperatures through the week are going to stay up. Overnight lows won't drop too much for us either. We do have a slight chance for some thunderstorms on Wednesday, but then the sunshine returns in full force for Thursday and Friday. So overall, that 10-day forecast not looking too bad for us right now. We aren't tracking too many systems right now, so that's good news.
Sunshine in full force. That's what you want to hear.
Yes.
All right. Thanks for joining us.